That should do it, lad. Our brand new Infini flavour ice cream maker's ready for business. Patent pending, of course. Its infrared taste analyzer can sample any flavour and turn it into a delicious ice cream. What do you say, Gromit? Fancy pushing the button on our inaugural batch? Wensleydale cream, anyone? Look at it churn, lad. Just in time to be road tested in front of paying customers at the fair this weekend. And all in a good cause, Miss Flitz says it's to raise money to rebuild the dog shelter. The poor pups have been homeless for too long. Imagine if you had no place to call home, sweet Kennel Gromit. Must be the breeze. Miss Flitz says the strays have been making mischief all over town. On Tuesday, Mrs. Gabberly's shop was terrorised by a gang of terriers. No doubt they'll come to heel once they've a proper roof over their heads. I'm sure everyone will give generously at the fair to build them a new home. I can't be the only dog lover in town. Laura, Gromit, wild dogs, stray scoundrels, mangy good-for-nothing mongrels mangling me machine. They must be some of the escapees. Oh no, me crank, me lever. The flavour engraver, the brains of our custom flavour scanner, lad. It's been scrambled. The four-legged fiends. I'm sorry, lad, but this is some serious damage. I suppose it's nothing that can't be fixed. I'll tinker with the flavour engraver if you track down our filched crank and our lifted lever. And this cute one's going to need to be calmed down as well. Mind you, it'll take a month of ice cream sundaes to put things right if I can't patch things up. You've got to get them in order if we're going to have the Infini flavour ready for the fair this weekend. Come on, lad, you're a dog. You can reason with them. All that hard work fouled up by a few rogue whippets. Gromit, steady on. You can bake all the pies you want later when the gas has been mended.
let the dogs out. This mangy whippet is ravaging my roses. Came hurtling out of your master's house with some sort of bone in its mouth. Feeding the strays really is the last straw. Now he's gone underground and Lord knows what he's doing to my roots. And where's Wallace when I need him? Are there no real men left in this world to protect a woman's property? Don't just stand there. Do something. You're a dog. Can't you reason with him?
Morning, Private. At ease, Private, at ease. I'm sure by now you've received intelligence about the morale-raising ops this weekend. Should be a jolly old time, like when Ensign used to come and rouse the troops, reminded the squaddies what they were fighting for. I remember being stationed in Algeria, and the association organized a whole day of fanfare. Unbelievable! There was Fatima the snake charmer, the ever-popular monkey toss competition, even a couscous eating contest. Which reminds me, I expect you to be at the fair when I display my digestive prowess. The pie eating contest, Private. You must have seen the sign-up sheet in town. Nobody'll challenge the great Major, though. I shall be uncontested. They don't call me Cool Hand Crumb for nothing, you know. Those are my biscuits, Private, and very delicious they are, too. Can't share them with you, though. For optimal nutritional efficiency, today's soldiers must stick to their rations. So, no bicky wickies for you, I'm afraid. Oh, tremendous flavor. I do say, Private, after a life lived in the trenches, it is a pleasure to sit down and enjoy a few handfuls of such decadent biscuits. Came across a case of these irresistible devils in my cellar, and have been eating them ever since. And with a metabolism like mine, I have no intention of stopping either. Oh, tremendous flavor. Oh, the pie-eating contest with... Hello, Gromit lad. How's Mr. Wallace? Have you heard about the fundraiser? I've never been to a proper town fair before.
Pet, out for walkies. Certainly a grand day for it. Anything I can do for you? Town's abuzz with the fundraiser this weekend, isn't it? About time somebody did something to build a new dog shelter. Ooh, I've had run-ins with all sorts of strays of late. Terriers, spaniels, mutts, even an Irish wolfhound. Should have seen the size of him when he went for me pork scratchings on top shelf. Sent me tumbling backwards and brought me awning crashing down. Ooh, I gave him what for and no mistake.
You mean you opened your gob and poor brute took fright?
Ooh, mind your business and quit interrupting. This is why you haven't got any friends and spend all day talking to the birds.
I'm just in need of some intelligent company.
Anyway, it's high time town got together to put the shelter back up. Wouldn't you say, Chuck? What you got there, Chuck? A pie eating contest. Well, isn't that festive? Me? Oh, I don't know about that. I do love the odd meat pie, but a scoffing contest, that wouldn't be ladylike, would it?
You've trouble enough appearing ladylike without a me buying you, gob.
Oh, do I? Tell that to postman. He seemed quite taken with me this morning.
It's only 'cause he's got an eye defect.
Oh, shut up, you curmudgeonly codger. You know what, Chuck? I will sign up for the contest. I think it's a splendid idea, and I plan on winning in a most ladylike fashion, naturally. Let's see. Oh, just me and the Major, is it? He's no match for Winnie Gabberley. There you go, Gromit. I expect you to attend my victory party.
Winnie versus the Major, eh? Should be a sight to see. Looking forward to this weekend's fair. Should be a riot. And all for a good cause to boot.
I told you, Private. So long, Private. Ah, yes, the pie-eating contest. Nobody's signed up yet to take on the mighty Major Crumb. Pity. I'd love to meet another man. Toe to toe on the field of battle, mano a mano, feasting to the death until the best man wins. Edwina? She thinks she can out-eat the likes of me? Oh, that's a good one, Private. I'd love to see her staring down the barrel of a ketchup bottle. There's just no way she can win. Impossible. She could never. These blinking biscuits, I've been munching on them all day. They're going to fill me up. Private, attention! Get rid of these vile things. I've got to prepare for battle. My guts must be ready for all the pie I can throw at them if I'm going to crush that woman. She's challenged the wrong man. Battle stations!
Mr. Wallace? Miss Fit from next door here. For the last 45 minutes I've been trying to read the same page in my book, only to be interrupted by the incessant clatter that seems to be emanating from your cellar. I quite understand that an inventor is entitled to do his inventing in the privacy of his own home, but the banging, popping, creaking and odd explosions really must stop. But was that livestock? Honestly, Wallace, this has always been a respectable street.
Number, please.
PC Dibbins here at the police station. We've recently received reports from a Miss Felicity Flitt of West Wallaby Street of a possible breach of the peace in the environs of number 62. I need hardly remind you, Mr. Wallace, yet again, that the enclosure of any farm animal or beast of burden within the borough boundaries is strictly prohibited. That includes, but is not restricted to, and I quote, chickens, sheep, goats, pigs, horses, miniature horses, alpacas, and most importantly, cows. Any more blinking complaints from the townspeople and you'll be nicked. Good day.
Mr. Wallace? Miss Fit from next door.
We're going to have to calm that one down if we're ever going to roll this machine out of here. Oh, Gromit, this machine might not be completely cream-crackered after all. Let's have a shufty. Afraid it's still a bit discombobulated, lad. Your old toy certainly did the trick, didn't it, lad? Oh, my, you used to be so attached to it. Took quite a spell to wean you off it, in fact. Now we can focus on getting this machine up and running. With a combination of infrared scanning and molecular chemistry, the flavor engraver can imbue our ice cream with any flavor imaginable. It's really an ingenious idea, a custom flavor technology that makes sure there's an ice cream for everyone. You just take a sample of anything you fancy, insert it into the flavor scanner, and press the churn button. We're down one crank, one lever, a busted flavour scanner, and left with a broken pile of bolts full of cream. Careful, Gromit. The Infini-flavour motor is volatile without its crank. Any luck with the mischief makers? He swiped it again. What's he got there, lad? I think he's helped himself to our valuables. I wonder if that dog's part of a canine crime ring. He's only got a taste for the expensive stuff. Not quite done painting the sign yet, Gromit. That's a nice shade of blue, though, wouldn't you say? That sign would be a nice finishing touch if we could get the machine back up and running. I keep finding whippet hairs in the flavour engraver. If one of those gets trapped in the scanner, we're going to have some pretty sour customers. Gromit, do you remember if the red wire transmits spiciness or sweetness? Me neither. I think I've just about got this sorted. It's really an ingenious idea, a custom flavour technology that makes sure there's an ice cream for everyone. You just take a sample of anything you fancy, insert it into the flavour scanner and press the churn button. It's really an ingenious idea. Careful, Gromit. The Infini-flavour motor is volatile without its crank. We didn't even get to try our first batch. Oh, dear. I think we're onto something big with this Infini-flavour ice cream business. We've got to get her operational again. how's it coming, lad? Make any headway?
Are you? I hope you've a plan to get your little friend out of my garden. Poogie Woo and Tinky Wee may have their mischievous moments, but they knew better than to rummage in my roses. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a man of action around here.
I know the whole town has been plagued by stray dogs, but you can't start handing out bones, Gromit. If you give a dog a bone, you have to expect he'll dig a hole. And when my garden is prime hole-digging real estate, you must think twice. I'm not going to be the one to lure this potholing pooch up from underground. Giving wild dogs bones. I would expect you to know that it's a surefire way to give a gorgeous garden more holes than Swiss cheese. If you're going to be of any help, you're going to have to find something even more irresistible to the tyke than whatever it is he has in his mouth.
What can I do? A poor, defenceless woman. I can't go chasing around underground for some potholing pooch. That's a job for the likes of you. Don't look at me. I'm not going near that filthy creature. He might have the mange.
I know the whole town has been plagued by stray dogs, but you can't...
No, thank you. The only thing that's going to make me feel better is to get this dog out of my garden. I said no, thank you. Why don't you try offering them to someone else? I'm in such a state, I've lost my appetite. Oh, fine. Give me the thing. There. Oh, quite tasty, actually. Now, take care of this dog, would you? Now throw those biscuits away and take care of this dog. Good heavens, Gromit! Now you're just rewarding him for foul behaviour. You did it! Thank goodness! You've rid my garden of the nasty little rascal, and with little damage. Now be sure it never happens again. I don't want to see any more of your canine companions on my property. Do you understand? No, thank you, Gromit. Kindly refrain from littering my lilies, thank you. Kindly refrain from...
All that hard work fouled up by a few rogue whippets. I do love a good biscuit, lad, but food will only distract me from the matter at hand. The lever. Well done. Back on the infini flavour it goes. Hey, hey. I suppose that lever does look a bit like an old bone, doesn't it? No wonder the crafty canine went and buried it. Give a dog a bone and into the ground it goes. It's their nature. Oh, no. Did our fastening nut go missing? It holds the lever in place. It's a critical part of the apparatus, Gromit. Oh, this is no good, lad. That was my last number 12. What rotten luck. Look at that! He found our nut! Fantastic, Gromit! Perhaps I was a bit hard on him before. I didn't know the little one had a penchant for tinkering. Oh, he's just afraid. Heavens above, he's a positively petrified pooch. Poor little lad. We ought to call him Twitch. And there we have it, lad. Uncrossed a few crossed wires and our flavour engraver is as good as new. Now we ought to be back in business. Up we go, lads. Nothing can stop our infini flavour ice cream from taking off now. Bit late for the post, eh? Oh, hello there. Can I help you?
Oh, good heavens, no. The question is rather, how can I help you? Name's Muzzle. Monty Muzzle. Philatelist, philosopher, philanthropist, and purveyor of fairground amusement. I hope by now you've heard about Monty Muzzle's Save the Dogs fundraiser fair to be held this weekend.
Oh, yes, we have. Gromit and I were just...
Oh, glad to hear it. I was deeply saddened to hear of your recent tragedy, and I'm making it my duty as a dedicated and devoted dog lover to help you all raise the necessary funds to repair your canine shelter. Imagine all those precious animals out on the streets.
A tragedy. What a shame for all those dogs. But Gromit and I might have the perfect contribution for the fair. We were just putting the finishing touches on our patent-pending infini flavour ice cream machine.
Ice cream, you say? Ooh, who doesn't love ice cream? The creamy coldness, the satisfying sweetness, the profit margins.
And our machine has custom flavour technology. Its flavour scanner extracts taste molecules from any sample provided. We're able to make limitless varieties to suit any customer.
My, that does sound impressive. Oh, by heck, Mr. Walrus. I know a good money-making opportunity when I smell it. What do you say to this? With my financial firepower and your unique ice cream maker, we could put an infini flavour retail outlet on every beachfront from Blackpool to Bognor Regis. The world will be your Knickerbocker glory.
Franchising. Do you hear that, lad? We could be ice cream barons.
If you bring your invention to the fair and manage to make a hefty contribution for this most needed, dog shelter.
It's a deal. Gromit and I couldn't be more excited. Oh, our in-house creamery assures us peak freshness. Speaking of the dogs, Gromit and I have come across 3 little lads who need new lodgings.
Well, look at that. Aren't they the most precious things you've ever seen? My charity begins now, and I've got the perfect home for them. Yes, quick-looking devils, too. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, Mr. Willard. Walkies. Come on, you. Your new home awaits.
Off they go, lad. Say goodbye.
Be seeing you and your contraption at the fair, Mr. Wallace, and be sure to bring your wallet. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monty Muzzle's fundraise affair. It fair warms my heart to see so many charitable souls here today. So let me warm yours by selling you a handful of tickets, available for a nominal fee, the proceeds of which will put a smile on the face of a homeless and abandoned puppy. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, them tickets is good for every attraction. You can fry your favorite food, take on a chicken in a game of wits, or ride the mighty muzzler. Every penny goes to charity. Every ticket, in short, will wag a tail.
I say, Gromit, isn't this a thrill? And such a noble cause, rebuilding a shelter for your canine companions. Oh, your new chum must have dropped his toy in excitement. I bet the little fella's having a grand day out. Probably never been to a fair before. Hey, that must be the remains of one of the flyers that was blowing around this morning. Can't abide litter, so I tore it up and offered it as slips of paper to the punters. Here are some tickets, lad. Go and find your friends and have some fun. Ho, ho, ho.
Just like the days in the RAF. Biggest thrill I've had in years!
Do you fancy a cone, Gromit? Make whatever you like, lad. Any luck tracking down Twitch, Gromit? I'm sure he's around here somewhere. Ah, holding on to a keepsake for your scrapbook, eh, Gromit? Oh, awfully thoughtful of you. We'll want to remember this event for years to come. Of course, it'll be hard to forget a man as great as Mr. Muzzle, eh, Chop? To keep that thing away from the Infini flavor scanner, you'll end up with a tongue full of dusty bunnies. Isn't the fair grand, Gromit? Mr. Muzzle's put on quite a show, and the Infini flavor's a real crowd pleaser. We're gonna get that dog shelter rebuilt in no time.
Have a pie to enter, do you? Give it here, and I'll get to it in due time. Quite the turnout of entries I've got. Bound to find a master of ceremonies in here somewhere. I don't know what that is, but it smells like it could contaminate the entire fairground. I'll kindly remove it immediately. Hey there, you meddling mutt. What are you doing up on my stage? Get down at once. I'm the only one allowed up on stage. The only other person allowed to disport themselves on my stage is the Master of Ceremonies of the Grand Pie-Eating Contest. And somehow I don't think with your limited canine brain you'll be able to create a pie deliciously mouth-watering enough to win the bake-off and receive that honour. So if you don't mind, sling your blinking hook. Me and the Master of Ceremonies, i.e., not you, big ears. This is coming along nicely. Much more than I had anticipated from a bunch of provincial paupers. Oh, those dogs will be saved in no time. I doubt you're making a direct charitable deposit, so why don't you go and nose about elsewhere? Strawberry rhubarb with cream. Not a terrible texture, but a horrendous pie. Oh, God. Strawberry rhubarb reminds me of me Auntie Mildred. What an horrible old shrew she was, always force-feeding me with her horrid confectionery disasters. Oh, good heavens. What rotten memories. What do we have here? Oh, yes. Apple crisp a la mode, an old standard. Stench alone wants to make me wretch. Of course, me old dad, on the odd occasions he was home, would always demand an apple crisp. Reminds me of the manky old devil's musk. Couldn't get far enough away from him, if you must know. May he rot in peace. Was that kidney pie? Just like the swill they used to feed us during my national service. Bayek, those were terrible times. No use sniffing about for a competitive edge. These pies are all absolutely disgusting. Didn't take you for the cheating sort. Willing to do anything to get ahead, are you? You'd cheat a little old lady out of a baking contest just to win your 5 minutes of fame as this afternoon's Master of Ceremonies. Then what are you doing, nosing about these entries? Keep to your own entry. But knowing what you filthy creatures are prepared to wolf down, I can't imagine you've much of a discerning palate. Another type of apple crisp. Haven't anybody got any culinary creativity around here? I want something to tickle me fancy, not torture me taste buds. Yeah. Was that mince pie? I was forced to swallow this swill before a particularly rough channel crossing. After that stomach-churning experience, I swore the stuff would never pass my lips again. Blueberry. Berry. Why not just fill a loaf of bread with mouldy jam and call it a day? That last blueberry I ate was force-fed to me by the local bully, Archibald Pennicott, when I was 10 years old. And I've sworn them off ever since. Strawberry rhubarb with cream. Not a terrible texture, but a horrendous pie. Oh, look, strawberry rhubarb reminds me of me Auntie Mildred. What an horrible old shrew she was, always force-feeding me with her horrid confectionery disasters. Oh, good heavens, what rotten memories. What do we have here? Oh, yes. Apple crisp a la mode, an old standard.
What a man! Selfless, heroic, charitable. Hello, Gromit. Enjoying the fair? Must be easy to enjoy such simple pleasures when you're a dog, not knowing the pain of unrequited love. You just wander through life, sniffing and scratching your way to happiness, while I must endure the loneliness of living without a man worthy of my hand. Oh, but then there is Mr. Muzzle, raising all of those funds for our poor, homeless pups. I've never seen such altruism in all my years. He may be of meagre means himself, but he's rich in other ways. Oh, and what a handsome partner he'd make. Certainly compared to the rest of the town's buffoons. Are there no real men here worthy of the name? I want someone strong, brilliant and brave to lavish me with praise. For instance, I had my hair done this morning, and did anyone notice? Not one of them. I'm sure Mr. Muzzle would have, had he not been so busy. But what does a woman have to do to attract attention? I don't understand. I'm an attractive, independent woman with a spanking haircut, and Mr. Muzzle has barely noticed me. But then, a man like that, who's dedicated his life to the noble cause of helping creatures weaker than himself, probably doesn't have time for such trifles as romance. And I don't think any of the other men around here know the first thing about wooing a lady. I don't ask for much. Sensitivity, kindness, intelligence. Obviously, financial independence helps too, as do good looks, and the ability to clean a dish or two, and be patient, attentive, and to love animals, and wake up early, and cook, and enjoy the theatre, and did I mention be attentive? A woman gets a fashionable hairstyle, and someone should notice. I don't understand. I'm an attractive, independent woman with a spanking haircut.
100, 1,400, 1,500, 16. Let's see. Count this row across. Assume that the jar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't be certain.